There's something to be said about hard-nosed full contact. It's like that raw rap all the way back to boom bap. Spikes up, Ty Cobb inspired killing the corners. Heating up with recklessness, we still getting warmer. Nevertheless, none can contest, we bring it best. Wile E. Coyote mixed with Roadrunner, full comers. Holding your title hostage, the kings we smoke others. You're either with us or against us, it doesn't matter which. Scouting your weakness, we bring the wrath when we hit. There's never been a squatters or a Strashkos can spit. You might get bashed with a stick while I'm pounding the fence. Look around, you're a fish while I'm rounding it quick. Take a look at the base and sprint off with a fist in your face. No remorse, no mercy, no force can hurt me. The scouts purposely bring the pain, come try to work me. But there's a crew of dirty cats.
Yo! How the heck are you, softball fam? Welcome to the Glue Guys program. Episode number 14. 14. It's crazy, man. It feels like this the first or second show still, and that's a good thing as we keep rolling here, giving you all the information you could possibly handle about softball and all kinds of cool stuff, which we'll have a couple new stuff tonight.
Cool shit.
But I don't do this alone. That's why the show's value is skyrocketed like an exclusive Funko. My partner, the genius, the Alfred to my Batman.
Yes, sir.
Now, I don't know though.
No, I won't go with Alfred. I won't go with Alfred, but it's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, that covers like 65%. Anyway,
Yeah, it's all good.
Some of you know him as Blaze Rock. I know him as Marlos Hill. How the heck are you, sir?
Fantastic. Another Wednesday, episode 14. Man, I look forward to Glue Guys episodes each week. You know what I mean? I feel great today. I feel great. I feel great because of, this episode and some of the things that we're going to be bringing forth for the populace. I'm excited about that. What I will say, one quick thing, I actually wore the Spikes Up hat today that goes along with the song that actually brings up the show. Shout out to the Clink Room right there. Shout out to my man Paco Knott, one half of the fine citizens of the BP mercenaries out there. Yes, I jumped around the order of sponsorships because you know what? Fuck it. We could do that. While we're on the subjects of sponsors, talk about a little sponsorship. We added one, right?
We did add one. We'll move him to the front of the list this week. He earned that.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
He may be known by some of you for breaking my glove hand, but honestly, regardless how you feel about how he goes middle, he builds a hell of a bat shelf. Our buddy Kevin McDilly Sports. You can't miss him on Facebook. He makes a hell of a bat shelf. I gotta give you credit. So he's coming on board. Appreciate the support. I mean, you've given it to me as long as I've been doing this wherever I am, Kev. So I appreciate that. The least I could do is get McDilly Sports on here. He does have two profiles, folks, and similar to me, he's not real fond of the Facebook law. You know what I mean? So might be in jail. It happens. So you got to watch the two. He's usually pretty good about keeping one out of jail. So, the alternate identity thing, he's got an expert badge at that. So Kevin McDilly Sports, all your bat shelf needs, doesn't matter what kind of manufacturer you have, which bag, he's pretty much got them all locked down now. So reach out, your bat shelf. I know everybody does. You got a new team you like now, or a lot of you guys are jumping teams this time of year. You got to put the new team logo on the bat shelf. This is your guy. Also, proponent of the program with the P words, baby.
Pushing P.
Marty's Trophies and Plaques and laser engraving. They're doing damn gloves now, laser engraving on gloves.
Yo, that was dope. I saw an example of that today. That was really, really dope.
Yeah, Mr. Duran over there is doing big things. They give him the machine and he gets all kind of weird science on it. Next thing you know, we got laser engraving on gloves, the hats, the embroidery's coming out awesome. And then, as I like to display, plaques. That one's cut in Arizona shape, which is awesome. Everybody's got a water thermos, right? Well, wouldn't you want to have Glue Guys to up the value of that thing? And then, hey, maybe you just use a cup around the house. Bang!
Yo, I need to reach out. I need to reach out to them and do some shit. That's real.
Yeah, so, hey, man, thank you so much to those guys over there. Last but definitely not least, our buddy Mickey Zarzar Realty, his team over there, doing big things in Arizona real estate. And let's face it, There's so many fly-by-night guys now who saw the prices out here the last couple years and just have moved in and claimed ownership, and they know that. No, they don't know. They don't know the area, okay? Wherever they come from. Doesn't matter. Get somebody who's been here and done the deals, has made the tough sells, made the tough purchases, because let's face it, asking price ain't getting you a house these days. You need somebody who knows the market, when to come in hot, when to back off. That guy is Mickey Czar. Please go see our friends over at Czar Realty for anything you need in the real estate market. Also, my personal friend, sadly, his gaming skills have never rubbed off whatsoever. Marlos can attest to that in our Apex games. But my boy Tedit's on Facebook. He's going to have big news in the next couple days, folks. I'm not saying anything, but this is a pretty big deal for him and the stream. Couple days, just did some new really cool logos, like Target logos, and there's a bullet. So he's got some cool stuff going over there. Wrecking Fools and Caldera.
Plus, he's got a dope intro, bro.
Jesus, wow, I am not on my PR game tonight. And exclusive only to the Tedded stream. It's the only place you're going to hear this track, all right? It's Dr. Dre-esque as far as the promotion and the production.
That's a little
too far.
Yeah, that's a little reckless.
All right.
There's hyperbole, and then there's hyperbole.
That was Wu-Tang type.
That's pretty high.
All right. Look, it's a homage to Eric B. and Rakim. Let's leave it there. Anyway, my boy Marlos, Mr. Blaze Rock, did the theme music for the Teddit's theme. That's what we were getting into for the stream. You hear that every day when he starts up, right at 2 p.m. Arizona time. So please go check him out. I think I got everybody. I hope I got everybody, or I'll be hearing about it.
And if not,
but
it happens. They'll deal with it.
Let's get
They'll
this.
have to deal with it. It's all good. We do.
Get this out of the way now. Let me get back on my home bandwagon. Got the hat out tonight, rocking the old black and red Allen Iverson era colors. Got Joel Embiid up here. Got the Philly. We got Harden. Look, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. All right. First of all, Stoner, your Bucks. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. The Bulls. It's a wrap.
Whoa.
It's a wrap. Just why are we finishing the regular season? Why? Now, I'm talking all this trash while they are currently losing to the Knicks by, I think, 9, so I better be careful how they're unstoppable. I'm breaking it all out. Right back on the bandwagon, just as baseball screws themselves again. Although, hey, you got great minor league baseball in the area, plus the college guys playing baseball for us, and we don't have to give these idiots any more money. They're going to keep doing this crap. So, hey, let's get back into the NBA. Let's go Sixers. 10-9-8, 76ers all the way. I'm sure Stoner's already texted me. Oh, you know what? Let me put that on vibrate, making such comments. Trying to do a show. Hey, speaking of new things, you know, I thought I was in the loop. I thought I was in the know, in the circle. And I am not because, sir, I saw a post on Facebook that you have new music coming out.
Nobody's in the circle, bro. Don't feel bad.
Damn.
I'm gonna tell you on some real shit. The gentleman who produced this particular project has not heard it. There is literally, I kid you not, I'm not exaggerating. This is no hyperbole. There is only one person outside of me who has heard even a single song from it. And that, of course, is my wife. I did that purposely. I am usually a very open artist about when I create, and especially with the producers and folks that I work with about it. I'm usually really, really open. This one I wanted to do as closed off as I possibly can. It took a little bit to get to it. I'm gonna have some little feature videos here pretty soon that are kind of addressing some of the things that happened with this album. But I will say that I'm pleased with it. I'm pleased how it came out. I think other people will like it. It's a little bit of a departure, I think, from what I've been making for the last, I don't know, year or so with BP Mercenaries and the like. So it's gonna be dope. Yes, Jason, they are getting sad by week, but it's very difficult for me to let them go. I don't know how, I can't even explain how big a deal it was to me. So that's why I'm like, these motherfuckers are going to die and lay on the ground before I move them. And I play with them, I push them and shit like that. I mean, my wife does that all the time. She gives me shit like that all the time. And like I said, I spent a lot of time in my life with not being, treated that way. So I'm still very much reveling in being treated that way. So yeah, they're looking pitiful. They're failing altogether, but
Yeah, I don't have control putting them on the board, or that would have been on the screen. First time caller, long time listener. That's got to be my boy Shane. Thank you. I don't see the names. I just see Facebook users. So if that's Shane, because he does a podcast where I'll ask questions. I haven't done it in a while. I've been busy with, I don't know, running a softball sanction. But I used to send him a question. The way I would do it, it's a joke on Philadelphia Sports Talk Radio where every guy that calls in is like, I've been calling, first time caller, long time listener, and here's my question. And they're just crapping all over themselves.
Yes.
But that was the line that it's a Philly Sports Talk thing. First time caller, long time listener. But I think Stern guys used to do that also, when they would. So it's a joke thing. If that's Shane, I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule, crapping on pastas to come watch the show. Thank you.
Shout out to the fact that I'm assuming that's probably Chris that said it was good to see Marlos East of the 17 this past week. I was out there twice, goddammit. I was out there twice, goddammit. I passed the 17 twice, and I was mad both times, It was good times, but
we're gonna do.
It was my first time actually meeting him face to face. I mean, I've seen him, I know who he is, visually or whatever, but this first time really meeting him face to face. So it was funny, because he said to me, he's like, "Hey, so see you're over there, you're past 17, you're probably pissed." I'm like, "Yeah, matter of fact, I am." Shit.
Well.
Good times.
All right, whoever said it, it's still funny, even if you don't know why it was funny to me about the long-time listener thing. But thank you. Well, I was going to say, what you got, it's the first tournament you kind of played, I think, since we started the show for the most part. Yes. So what you got was a lot of people just starting conversations with things from the show, and I don't think you were ready for that yet. Because if you don't know somebody, whoa.
No. I guess that's where, and I get to pretend like I'm a high sider right now. That's where. Being an MC, being a rapper for so long, that's where I'm built for that shit. Like
that's
I
true.
can't tell you how many times over the life of my experiences as a hip hop artist where dudes are just coming and rapping in your fucking ear out of nowhere. You don't even know them, and they're just like, "Yo, I got bars, son." And if you can deal with that, you can deal with
back
anything.
Up. I know 8 Mile.
Yeah,
you better back up. I know Lose Yourself.
So I'm saying when people were coming up like, "Hey, ain't you the dude from Glue Guys?" I'm like, "Yeah," they're like, "Yo, I fucking love their show." I'm like, "Man, that makes me feel good." Some people would tell me, give me some ideas, some things to talk about, or things that they've thought about, or even things that they've heard on the show, which is a great feeling. I do want to say, straight up, I know that feels great for us because that's what we want. We want people to talk about it. We really enjoy the sport, obviously. But it means nothing if other people aren't enjoying what we're doing. So that was dope. And I didn't have any weird creepy dudes, the ones that are like following you or no shit. I didn't have none of that. Like I remember back when I was performing a lot, dude, you'd have the dude who just like come up and basically sit in your lap and be talking to you like, "Yo, man, I heard you got this and I got this out." And then you're like, "Yo, I don't even know your name, my guy." No, but it was really cool. Hearing people like the show. It was really dope.
I had something similar where guys would come up and almost sit in my lap and go, "Hey, you're a great guitar player." And then I'd punch him and get kicked out of the bar. And it took about 6 to 7 months before I started throwing. But look,
fam, you gotta chill.
Look, how hard
chill, bro.
Is it? That's four strings.
Yeah, you gotta chill though, bro. You gotta chill.
Look how thick those strings are.
Look, this is America. If it wasn't America and stupid ass people making stupid ass comments because they're stupid, it wouldn't be America. God damn it, you got to deal with it.
Look, everyone is his air guitar to Journey when he does the thing. I'm not doing that when I'm.
No,
all right,
man.
That could go off the rails. Hold on.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Woosah.
Let's go.
We don't want to go there. We're trying to get it under an hour. So moving on, one more non-softball thing because I've been wanting to talk about on the show and we just always forget. Or both Marlos and I are huge UFC fans. We are amateur, not commentators, color analysts. We text back and forth during the matches. Ooh, how's he still stay? We're calling that. We're not quite Rogan or DC or even Paul Felder, but we have a pretty good back and forth. So we have a great fight this weekend. Last weekend, little depressing, but again, that was more hope than anything that Bobby would last 3 rounds. This weekend, though, this is a legit, no BS for you wrestling people. This is a complete shoot. This is not a work, okay? And I don't even care who said about softball, because if you can't appreciate Colby versus Jorge, then maybe you need to find another show.
They
May-
they don't play softball. How about that?
and they don't watch UFC.
How
That's the
about that?
problem.
How about
You go watch Floyd Mayweather and Jake Paul setting up fights all you want. We watch UFC. Anyway, Colby Covington versus George Masvidal, the current BMF holder.
game?
I don't know. I think Nick Diaz has come back for his belt eventually, by the way. But this weekend, this is just hatred. They train together. They support each other. Then, as always happens, a little jealousy, little misperceived thing in the thing. Colby is basically a professional wrestler with how he works fights and talks crap, and he's a genius at it. He graduated the Chael Sonnen School of talking crap.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's been on it. And then, Jorge is not backing down. This guy comes from the streets. He's like Kimbo Slice 2.0. He's got, I think, 60 or 55 professional fights. Shut Ben Askren up pretty quick with the, I think it's the fastest knockout in UFC history, flying knee.
Mm-hmm.
And right at home, the guy is dead out. Jorge knows it and still spun around, got on all fours, and got right in his face. Is there any bigger troll than talking crap to somebody when they're knocked out? Don't know. But this is going to be a knockdown drag out. Now, let's talk about it just a little bit. Colby Covington on a losing streak, but let's face it, he lost to the arguably the best pound-for-pound fighter in the UFC, period, Kamaru Usman, and had a great showing, in my opinion. I watched the fight. I don't think he won, but, man, he hung in there.
No, he worked. He worked. That was a much tougher fight than everyone expected it to be. I mean, even compared to the first one. The first one was a good fucking fight. But this one was still close, and he hung in there. So it's hard to call it a losing streak, other than by record. But he does what he needs to. He's a very formidable opponent for literally anyone.
I think this is a good fight to predict because both guys have fought the champion and lost twice. So now the difference is, in my opinion, Jorge, the first fight was on short notice. He had to fly to Abu Dhabi. I'll give him that one. And he had a great showing with very little training camp for it. Now, the second fight where he had his full training camp and everything, Usman changed the entire game on him. And Masvidal didn't know what to do in that fight. I think Usman was literally toying with him. Usman, that was bad. That was like Bobby Green the other night. That's how bad the second fight was. So I look at it that way. That's kind of my final determiner. Okay. Colby's given Usman fits. Even though he didn't beat him, he came as close as anyone has. Jorge, I think, has declined. He's lost a lot of his, the last couple fights. I don't see the fire in him. I think he's got too much pride not to put up a fight, but I just don't think he has the extra gear that Colby has. Plus, Colby, this genius marketer, goes and basically says, all right, if I can't get another title shot with Usman, I'm going to go fight Adesanya. Okay. That's an L in the making,
I respect the confidence. I respect the attitude of it. But just hold this L, bro. Just, keep it moving with the pause.
Well, his set is just a little bit smaller than the president of Ukraine right now. I mean, that's a sack to make that thing. Because you don't know. Israel could be like, okay, I've embarrassed the division. Let's try something new. Get your weight down. Let's go. Anyway,
he don't do that.
He
don't do that. Fuck that. He got people to run through. Colby ain't
That's
it.
true.
Colby ain't it.
Well, Jared's next. Cannonier's next, and they've already said that. So that's going to be a great fight.
Fucking great fight. I can't wait.
I like Colby in the third round by knockout. That's how I see the fight going.
All right. I'm gonna say, look, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Jorge. Just in and of itself as who he is. As a fighter, I'm a fan of Colby too. Colby's, like you said, I mean, his motor is impressive. I won't say impeccable, but impressive. I mean, and also again, he brings it. When he comes out, he brings it. When he fought Woodley, again, brought it. And he adapts to the circumstances, adapts to the fighters that he's fighting really well. But again, that motor makes it really difficult to put him away. He took some shots from Usman in both fights and was in there the whole time and going after it. So I got nothing but respect for him. For me, at least, as much as I hate to say it, I don't see Jorge beating Colby, and I like him back to what you said as far as I think Jorge's been kind of on the decline since the Diaz fight. I haven't really seen him fight. He hasn't really had a good fight. Yeah, it was short notice with the first Usman fight. The second Usman fight, he said it himself that they prepared for Usman the wrestler, and the beauty of Usman, to the point that you made a little bit earlier about him being arguably pound for pound, is this dude has basically taken his game, reshaped it, molded it, flipped it, changed it, morphed it and everything else right under our eyes. I mean, fight to fight. He's went from basically a world-class wrestler to a world-class puncher. And then from a world-class puncher to a legit knockout level boxer. And I know those sound like the same thing, but it's just the progression that you've seen happen. So it's difficult to straight count Jorge out as a result of his, experiences with Usman. At the same time, Colby fought Usman. I think Usman fought different against Colby because of Colby's wrestling, because he's a formidable level wrestler. Jorge's a fighter. You know what I'm saying? He's a street fighter. Let's keep it real. He's not, it's not sweet science like the same as some of those other guys, but I still think Colby's going to win. I do not believe it's going to be a knockout. I do think it's going to go the distance. I think it's going to be a hell of a fight. I'm going to be over here hyped, driving my dogs crazy because I'm going to be screaming and shit. It's going to be great. It's going to be a great fight.
Yeah, I'm excited for the fight period because these guys legit hate each other, and that makes for most of the time the best fights in UFC. So if you're not quite a big UFC fan or you're not sure, you're still on the fence, this might be the weekend. Just like was it Max Holloway, the one that was on ABC, where he got, I think, the striking record? They threw the most strikes in a fight.
Yeah, against
it was
Calvin
on free
Kattar.
TV.
Calvin Kattar, yeah.
Yeah, so going back, this is the one you want to go see. If you're not quite, you don't know about UFC, if you're still on the fence, this is the one you're going to see. And to add things, actually, some people may not watch it because of this, some will. Joe Rogan back on the broadcast reported today, although DC will not be on it. So I'm kind of excited about that. I don't care about all the other crap. I like Rogan as a commentator. He knows what he's talking about, regardless of his stance on things. So so now, the sport itself, let's go.
So now that we've hit our Glue Guys UFC point, shout out to whoever that comment was. I love it.
Evening, guys. Appreciate it.
Got it. Yeah, evening to whoever. Newsflash to whoever. Yes, so the Glue Guys UFC portion is over. We're going to actually bounce into this game that we initially brought it over to, softball. I do want to start off this next topic because I had some experience this week, and I actually had a couple conversations. You were in the field. Yes, yes.
On location.
I was on location. I am a journalist of astounding stature, let's say. So,
nonetheless, you were covering the war on the front.
That's right. I'm in the middle of the battlefield, my guy.
Deep in enemy territory.
Yes. So it was interesting because a lot, and I will say that a lot of people, and when I use a lot, I don't mean that as a hyperbole. I mean, really, I had probably 10 or 15 different guys come up to me and mention, some of their feelings about 50s playing in 40s and being given some help. There were a number of teams, obviously, in a tournament that occurred this weekend that were 50s playing in the 40s ranks. And of course, they were spotted runs. I can't say anyone that I spoke to or anyone that spoke to me because I wasn't soliciting statements. People were just telling me. And I also, of course, have my own opinion about it. And then, of course, the team I was playing on, a lot of them had the same similar opinion. But nonetheless, the thought is, why are we spotting runs to 50s that are playing in 40s? Now, I'm going to say, me personally, I'm going to drop my opinion. And again, as I always do, I make the disclaimer that I am not, in fact, the director. I am not employed by U-Trip or anyone else. And so I can say whatever the fuck I want. And as such, I'm going to say, again, I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't agree with it. I think it's kind of a disservice to those 50s players. These guys are awesome. Most of the 50s players that I've played, against teams that are 50s, and again, I'm playing in 40s. Most of those 50s teams are really good teams. They're good players. They're not old guys who can't move. They've got dudes who are really solid, outfielders, infielders, pitchers, you name it. The sticks are solid. So I start wondering again, why are we giving them extra runs for the fact that they just happen to be 50s playing in 40s? I liken, which I usually do, obviously. I liken it to in, regular men's or co-ed or women's. If you play up, you don't get any extra runs or home runs. Well, you do in some cases, I guess, but even that's kind of corny to me. But I don't agree with that idea. I think it does a disservice to the competition. I think it does a disservice to some of those 50s players and teams who really do work their asses off to be competitive, that play hard, that are in a lot of cases better than the fucking 40s teams that they're playing against. Fair. I think giving them extra runs is a lame excuse simply by age number. Because literally I saw this weekend, I saw some 40s that sucked. And I saw some 50s that were really, really, really good. And that becomes a slippery slope in my mind, that if you're just giving it to them because they're 50s, or you're giving it to them because they're not quite able to compete. And I know we've spent a lot of talk over the last few weeks about rankings and, team rankings and positionings and drops and sandbagging, et cetera. But I'm really back to that same point. I'd really want to know, what's the value in giving extra runs to some of these teams? One thing I'll say before I kind of relinquish this over to you, Mark, in your opinion, I will, and people might hate me for the saying this, right? But I always think of Amigos as the example. I firmly believe Amigos could beat the dog shit out of any 40s team here with no help, with no extra runs, with no, spotting runs or spotting anything. They could beat the dog shit out of pretty much anybody. They are a fantastic team. They do everything you're supposed to do, no matter what the number, no matter what your age is or division or any of that. They do exactly what you're supposed to do. They work hard. I just feel like it's a disservice to all of the teams involved, to the tournament in general, to spot runs. Sir, you actually have some position on this. What's your thoughts?
So it's funny. You took the thought right out of my head and said it. So that's great. But the example I was going to give was Amigos, because right now in that unnamed place this weekend, they did whoop up on some 40s teams. And my point was going to be up your game here, boys. I see a lot of crying or whining or good points about, ranking, moving up and down and this. Hey, let's get back to the very, very basics of this.
Yeah.
All right. Get better.
Get good.
Don't keep using a rule book and a ranking and an excuse and this is why this happens and that rules what. Let's get down to the nitty gritty here. Get better. It should be the goal.
Good.
Either you're getting better or you don't care where you finish. And on that point, you shouldn't be yelling at me about rankings.
Good.
So if you're the teams that are trying to win or get better or compete, get better. How many of you guys go take BP together? How many of you guys do fielding together? How many of you guys play lead together? I know of maybe 3 teams off the top of my head that do those things. Everybody else, it's individual. So, hey, how about we start there? Since we're always pointing at rankings and you need to this and move that team and you need to fix. Here's what I say. Go fix what you can control. Let me worry about that stuff. As I sat on Facebook for 4 hours last night. It's by choice, by the way. That's my first point. My second point is I think 50s this is going to mirror my thing with the player rankings about every situation should have its own considerations. Every player should have their own considerations, which is the eye test part of the whole formula. And then on a team thing, you have to judge each team individually. It's tough to go, you're 50s AAA, so you get this spot because this piece of paper. And I don't think that you can't run it on that. So Amigos should be playing 40s major with no spot. Period. Yes. They're that good. They're that good. AZ Heat, 40 majors, no spot.
Yeah.
Because they're another team that could just, and they've done it. In fact, and it's not they can, they have done it.
They do it. Yeah. I don't want to say done. Don't say done. Do.
Yeah.
They do. Yeah.
They whoop. Okay.
Thank you, Michael Tree. Thank you.
Yes,
sir.
exactly. That's my point, Mike. Thank you. So now let's look at the other side of the coin. All right. Newer 50s team, Lone Stars, AAA, are a 50s AAA team. They have just started. So you got to give them that grace period to come together as a team and get better. Even if 50s, you can still work to get better. It's not over.
Yes.
And if you don't believe me, look at how many people are golfing out in Sun City every day and their balls are landing on Bell Road. They go back every time. I'm one of them.
Yes.
We keep trying to get better. Doesn't matter how old. That's my point. So a team like Lone Stars, they should get a spot against 40s AAA. That's how I feel. Unforgotten Warriors are an odd case because I think they're right on the line of high-end 50s AAA, low-end 50s major. And it can fluctuate between there on that line. So that one's a tougher one to say. But, they're currently ranked 50s AAA, so they would get a spot against 40s AAA. I think you judge every team based on what they're doing. The 50s rankings in that the real bad place as opposed to just the bad place, are really screwed up. It takes them usually a year to a year and a half to catch up sometimes to the 50s rankings, and then sometimes they bump teams prematurely. So that's something you got to watch too. It's just a factor. It's not the determining one. So I think it's a case-by-case basis, really.
Yeah, a lot of what you said just kind of really, it I guess kind of makes me hunker down on the idea that a lot of these teams really don't need spotted runs. Right. I could be persuaded to say, okay, give them home field, give them home automatically or something like that. I could be persuaded with that, right? But when you're spotting dudes runs that'll bang like anybody else, that just feels really, really weird. I can't remember the team name, the name of the team that we played this weekend. It's a team from Tucson.
Hammer Time.
No, I can't. I don't remember. They banged like they were banging with us. We were hitting, and I mean, they banged with us. Yeah, we screwed up a little bit. But they banged with us, and it was like, yo, y'all are 50s. Why did we just spot y'all 5 runs? Now, I ain't gonna lie, that 5 runs kept them in the ball game. But I mean, you don't need 5 runs. Y'all could have damn near whooped our asses. Like, yeah, I didn't need that help. That help just made it closer. Made us work harder. I'll say that. I don't want to take anything away from that team because they were trying to beat our asses. They were trying to send us they were trying to make us have to play another game in the evening, and I would have been mad because I was ready. I was tired of that shit. I was ready to go. We waited too long to play them couple games, so I was ready to go. But nonetheless,
Cinderella's chalice is going to turn back into a pumpkin being on that side of 17.
Man, it got a little long in the teeth. The only good thing about being east of the 17 is, and this is some fat boy shit, bro, but there's a ton of places over in that general vicinity that I like to eat and I like to go to. And one of them is Bonchon, which is right up the road from Tempe Sports Complex where we played this weekend. So that made that drive pass over the east side. Yeah, Tucson Elite. Thank you, whoever said that. That made that drive so much easier. Then on Sunday, I had the opportunity to go to YC's, which is also right there. And those are two places I absolutely love.
That place is so good, dude.
Oh, yeah. So that's why I was less angry about being east of the I-17 this time. But it was, again, just to kind of wrap that up still, I do hope that some of the tournaments and some of these tourney directors, when they do add 50s teams to the 40s bracket, will consider leaving off the spotted runs. If you want to give them home field, I could deal with that. I know a lot of people would disagree with me. They would say someone in the chat said home field is key. I don't disagree, but I am saying that if we have to make a compromise in affording the 50s teams that are playing in 40s, if we have to afford them some type of advantage, give them home field. Don't give them 5 runs. Give them 5 runs. That's dog shit to me. It's like, if you're already 6'5" and you just happen to be a little bit older, you being given an extra few inches is not going to make it any easier for me. So speaking of tournaments, right? Speaking of tournaments and speaking of east of the 17, Glue Guys Invitational. It is a fantastic thing on its way, coming soon, March 19th. We hope most of the teams and players that are watching the show, we hope that you get your teams in, obviously. But the awesome thing is, of course, we're going to be picking the pool matchups.
Yeah, boy. No, sorry.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Did you see that? That's what I was laughing at. Oh, we got to stop.
Yeah, I'm rolling this right back to that. Listen,
put that up.
Listen.
Put that up.
Hold on.
Put that up.
Hold on. Let me. Here we go.
Right here.
Listen.
Right here. Yep.
Listen.
Yep.
I've played at Tempe. Look, I've played at Tempe Sports Complex probably for like 10 years, bro. I used to play league there like 3-4 nights a week. Half of my older kids who are in their 20s now spent years there enjoying all this time playing, having fun at that field. And that field has completely deteriorated from a decent complex to dog shit. Every field in the complex is like playing on macadam with sand sprinkled over the top. I spent so much time slip sliding, trying to cut for balls or trying to pivot for balls that I got to a point where I just stopped trying to do that, because there were a few times I was like, you know what, dude, I didn't stretch properly today. I'm sure I'm going to end up on my face. This is not going to work for me. All I kept seeing was people slipping, sliding, I kept seeing people getting skinned up like they were again, diving across the freaking concrete. The balls were hopping all over the place because you're pretty much playing a racquetball on in an open space. They're awful. Not to mention there's no shade. They refuse to make any adjustments to that field in the complex in the way it's set up. There's no shade. There's nothing. You're just out there. But let's get back to the fields themselves. They're terrible. They are easily, and I used to say Papago is really bad, right? And I used to say Festival's really bad, right? Tempe Sports Complex has legitimately taken every point of 1 through 10 of the worst fields you could play in the General Valley vicinity. Like if you say, give me the top 10 worst fields, Tempe Sports Complex is 1 through 15.
Wait.
The worst.
I could tie this into the Tour of the Glue Guys invite. I can tie it in.
Mm-hmm.
So we're doing our own special medals, right? We're gonna get a Kevin Hart medal made up for worst field and worst softball field in Arizona. We'll put Tempe Sports and we'll put that practice dome. The Cardinals practice dome will be in the picture to represent Tempe
in the
Sports
background.
Complex.
I'm not gonna lie, that's like the best part of the freaking field. I mean, it literally is the best part of the field because I look. I don't play in the grass. I play in the dirt. So I'm gonna say that straight up. So anybody who wants to pop off, trust me, I'm here for it. I know the folks that are that were out in the grass. I know half of them were pissed because it's nasty out there. It's up and rumbling up and down holes and gaps and changes and everything. It is a complete shit show. I cannot understand why Tempe refuses to make any adjustments or any improvements to that field. It has done nothing but get progressively worse and worse. It's to the point where the dirt itself isn't red anymore. It's not brown anymore. It's gray. Like the field is gray. The dirt is gray. I got back in my fucking car and I was pissed because my Crocs were gray as a result of walking across the dirt. I felt so bad for the outfielders who had to brave the fence, the area near the fences. Someone in here is talking about play there, took one of the
outfield,
phase,
yeah.
out one tournament, play the outfield, bad. That's exactly what I'm talking about. The surfaces are awful. I used to think that Victory was pretty fucking bad, in the infield. And we always make the joke, Mark, you and I, here on the show even, if you can play infield in a Victory, you can play anywhere. Let's remove that. If you can play at Tempe Sports Complex, you can play anywhere. Better yet,
you're an all-star.
If you can play at Tempe Sports Complex, you can just pick a random street and you can play there. And it's the same fucking difference. It's awful. Yes.
Well, let me get this out of the way.
I'm popping a couple. One more, and then I'm gonna move on and get out of the way. Playing center, my foot stuck 5 inches in the grass, and my sock was soaked. I'm done. I know everyone within the sphere of my voice agrees. I do not know a single person on God's green earth, the devil's red earth, or hell's fucking bells.
Or that great shitty soil.
That does not believe Tempe Sports Complex is garbage. Jesus, man. Jesus.
And that, folks,
let's get on back to
that, folks, is a sermon from the Reverend Blaze Rock.
In the name of Santa,
goddammit.
It.
I will officially write the name of the Wu-Tang. And
Bro, I'll tell you.
Anyway, listen, let me officially say right now, officially, as U-Trip Senior Director of Arizona, we will not play at Tempe Sports Complex for U-Trip Senior.
Dude, hold on. I don't even think I have my applause plugged up right now. It's probably dead. I moved the file.
I'm going to make another announcement. I'm going to make another one, a super official also on top of that. Also, as long as I am U-Trip Senior Director for Arizona, we will also never use a 525 compression ball. We like you to keep your bats for more than 10 swings, and we'd like our pitchers and infielders not to die. So that is my second official act
there are statements
as U-Trip Senior Director, Arizona.
These are statements being made.
So I tried to drag that out in case you were trying to plug something in. So
nah. You know what? I usually plug up a couple sound effects because I've been playing with my Stream Deck and using it on the show a little more. But I removed my applause because I was moving around some files and forgot. So yeah, about that. But next time we'll pop that out. It's all good.
So we kind of brushed over the big announcement.
Yes.
All right.
Pop it out there.
Because it's our tournament, Glue Guys Invitational, it's ours. We've decided we're not doing a blind draw for the pool. That's not fair to our viewers. That's not fair to softball aficionados all over Arizona. It's not fair. So what we decided is for this one tournament, we're going to be the experts. Okay.
That's right.
Marlos and I are going to go through the team list once it's finalized, and we are going to do the matchups for pool play. Vendettas, stuff from 70 years ago that never died and lives on a Facebook message board. We're going to match these people up. Vendettas, they beat you here, you beat them there, somebody's girlfriend, whatever it is.
So you took it there. I was about to
in
say
honor
that, right?
of Colby and Jorge, that blood feuds will be settled in pool play.
It's going to be fun. Hey, I'm not
So we're
against that
picking
either,
games.
bro. I'm not against that either. I mean, look, we can get after it. I love a lot of the dudes from VPM. I love a lot of the dudes from Blue Point. But look, I'm greedy, bro. I'm greedy. I want to see that shit. So I'm
Wait.
like, yeah, run it up right now. Let's go. No.
Now, look, I understand the joke, but Seaman and SSUSA Sacramento never said they were doing it. Let's
No,
move
leave them
on.
alone. Leave them alone.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Leave
That
those
wasn't
guys
very
alone.
professional.
That's okay.
It's the
Leave
Philly
them
hat. I got the.
Yeah, you got it going.
I'm sorry.
You got it going.
I'm
It's
sorry.
all good. Hey, it's all good. It happens to the best.
I was
of
very,
us. It's all
very
good.
East Coast rude there.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
Sorry about that, John.
yeah.
So yeah, we're picking the games, folks.
It's gonna be
We're
dope.
picking them.
Yeah, because everybody likes,
we're-
like, people always talking about they want pool play, right? And everyone knows that I myself am not a proponent of pool play. I kind of hate it. I think it's kind of crap. I know why. Look, everybody's gonna start telling me here's why. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. You're probably very logical. Your shit's probably right. I don't care. I don't like pool play. Fuck it. But
I
we're
don't
still
care
gonna
your
have pool
system.
play. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't care, but we're gonna do it because it's because people love it and it's fun. And if it's fun, I'm with the shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, when I'm playing, I'm gonna bitch about it because that's what I do. I'm gonna be like, dude, I don't want no fucking pool play because I'm not paying attention. Nobody pays attention during pool play.
You can take the
Yeah.
senior out of D's and C's. You can't take the bitching out of it. It
Nah,
goes
man.
with you.
Nah, I gotta bitch
you
about it
can't
no
let
matter
it go.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna adapt.
That's a
but I gotta
typical
bitch about
D
it.
player in Arizona.
Yeah.
Typical D player. It never changes.
Nah, don't get fooled, bro. I'm not a D player. No, don't get it fooled. I just happen to be on a team that was playing D. You know what I'm saying? I already told you.
Well,
I'm church
I heard
speed. I've
you
already
hit
told
like
I'm church speed.
heard you hit like a major plus player this weekend.
Nah,
I'm just gonna leave that right there.
Nah, man, sloppy, bro, sloppy. I
But
got.
chat,
Speaking
by
of
the
what
way,
we talked about, I
Chat is
got
on
improvement.
fire.
I love
Chat
it.
is on fire today. I'm
love it.
laughing.
I love
First
it.
of all, no, because the only balls he's going to buy are Stoats, and I'm never touching them.
Stop.
Legacy League Night, take note. Can we stop using Stoats, please?
Man.
What was the other one? Yes, Blue Pill
No, you're
Mafia,
nothing.
Blue Point Game 1, because I picked it out of a hat, 75 times. I may just do that for old time's sake. I don't know yet, because I have to consult with this man over here, too. So we'll see.
Man.
I'll give him the history.
I'm not
It is a
gonna lie.
rivalry.
Nah, I know.
It is a
I know.
rivalry.
I'm not gonna lie. I saw this weekend when I saw S Bob and BPM play. That was another good one. I mean, again, as much as I talk shit and I complain about a lot of shit, and I'm largely joking, and I hope most people understand that. I'm a fan, especially when it comes to really good ball being played. And I swear, whenever I've seen Blue Point play against BPM, whenever I've seen S Bob play against Blue Point, or that whole triple combination, I'd be good with a three-way fucking triangle killer cage match as far as I'm concerned. Just great fucking teams. I mean, if it's me, throw amigos in that motherfucker. We 4-on-4 that shit. I love it. You know what I mean? They're great teams. I want to see great teams. Bandits versus S Bob. Another one. Again, that's where I'm at. Like, so if anybody's wondering, for me, any pick that I have anything to do with has no politics involved. It's entirely because I want to enjoy it. It's entirely because I respect the teams. I know that they're great teams. There are great players on those teams. That's what the fuck I want to see. You know what I mean? Especially because it's pool play, right? You win them, you lose them, who cares? You're still going to jump into the bracket. You're still going to do what you need to do. It's almost an exhibition level of things. So you have the fun, you have enjoy, you get some fun out of it. So I'm looking forward to the picks.
I'm really looking forward to that show because it's really going to be the closest thing to like a serious analytical sports thing we're going to do. Because obviously we're going to reveal the matchups, but then we're going to talk about why we pick them.
Yes.
Each of us are going to give our opinions on it. So you're going to get a rare insight into, for lack of a better term, a director and a player who's really goddamn good, whether he wants to admit it or not over here. You know, what we want to see in matchups. It's not, you know, there's nothing to it but that. No ranking. Know what you did last month. We're going to go just on what we think. I love it.
I agree with. I agree with. I had to put this
that
up there. I had to put it up there because, yeah, I did just say I just exhibition. But the reality, that is, again, why I love those types of teams.
You guys take it serious.
Teams. Yeah, they ain't playing. If they're on the field, they trying to get it in, and I love it. And that's, again, you know, to echo something that, you know, we've touched on a lot. That's why I don't be trying to hear all that bullshit about these rankings, bro. Get out there and whoop somebody's ass. And if you and otherwise, and if you can't, get back in the lab and do what you got to do to get better. I'm saying it. That's why I said a couple minutes ago. It's like, yeah, there were things I could have done way better this weekend. Some of it's just being rusty or, you know, needing to get back in the rhythm. But pretty much that, yeah, Monday morning, I was back after it. And I was doing things that, you know, to improve certain things that I didn't do well. So, again, when you get those teams like that, of that caliber, but more importantly, even if they aren't of that caliber, if you want to be of that caliber, that's the mindset you have to have. That every single time you step on the field, you're trying to put it on somebody, and every other team is trying to put it on you. I hope that people understand that that's the approach we really want to take in the Glue Guys Invitational. We want fucking fantastic.
We want games, dog.
That's
we want matchups.
I don't want the number one team.
BS. Yeah, I don't want one team playing another team, and it's, you know, they don't make it 5 innings or however. No.
Yeah.
No, we're trying to match these guys up so you guys get a real test and pool play. And once we get into bracket, man, it's all breaks are off, dog.
Oh,
Let's
yeah,
go.
I'm loving it. I'm so looking forward
you know,
to
we're
it.
not doing we're trying, like we've always been saying since we named this tournament, we're trying to make it different and interesting. All of it may not hit with you. Understand that, man. Everybody's got their own likes and dislikes. I get it. But we're making the attempt. I don't see that anywhere else. I don't see anybody else coming on and taking the heat. Like about the rankings. I'll take that heat. I'll take it. That's what I'm here for. But we're going to get it right.
You even have to take it from me. I mean, because I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of things that you're gonna say and we simply disagree on. And I have no problem saying, hey, dude, I don't like it. Here's why. Obviously, when we had Vic on, we kind of took the same approach. Like, yeah, what you just said is great, but you got to stick to it. You got to stick to your word. If you're not, that sucks. And that's not what we come here for. We all love the game. We, you know, many of us have been playing U-Trip for years upon years upon years upon years. So clearly we love the game. And we just want to make sure that the sanction and everybody in it is being held to a proper standard. That said, though, this is my convenient segue.
The shit sandwich coming right here, folks.
We're about to take it up another level.
Well, you got the compliment out of the way. Let's have the shit part.
So actually, I'm gonna keep it in the order that we talked about in our pre-show approach. Now, this isn't about me, because I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. So, on the other hand, this is for my esteemed colleague, who, you know, I think I even notice it. I'm gonna say that. I notice a lot of people, they get a little flippant on the message boards. They get to talking a little reckless on the message boards. I'm gonna let you say it how you say it and talk it how you feel it, because, you know, obviously this is a situation that affects you a little differently than me.
All right.
But as I said in our pre-show, I get it. You're a good man, because I'd ask somebody what their fucking problem is a couple times. I'd have been like, you know what? Fuck all this phones. Fuck all this Facebook shit, homie. Like, let me pull up the said tournament. I don't give a fuck who turn it is, and say, hey, bro, so what we talking about? That conversation goes different in person. Nonetheless, you're a better man than I.
Yes.
You're a better man than I. But nonetheless, I think it's important, though, that you talk it how you feel it.
It's funny this came up. Why I put that in. We have show notes we put every week, and I kind of do a slight rundown. I just put it in there, didn't explain it. I think Marlos gets more of a kick of figuring out what the hell I meant once we start the show, because we live. This ain't taped or edited. This is live.
Right.
So I got a phone call from a coach today. I'm not going to name him, but he said something to me and said, "Hey, I guess you have to be more PC now, with that new, you're doing a regional thing, you're moderating a national board, and you got to be. I went, yeah, no.
Nah,
I
player.
told
Nah.
Bob when I got hired. I talked to Vic before we started this, which I'll talk about that in a second. But listen, I got to be me, and I am not for everyone. I'll be the first one to admit that. The only things I really care about with dealing with you guys on teams and players is whatnot, there's only one word I'm really looking for, and that's fair. Everything else is up for debate.
That's
and
right.
how I am to you is exactly how you treat me first.
That's right.
So you get a shot.
You get
the respect right off. But if you come at me in a certain way, it's gone. Then you get East Coast me, which doesn't go away very easily once he's out. It's kind of like Gremlins. Don't pour water on him after midnight, dog. Don't do it.
Man.
So I tend, when I feel like it's not a legitimate question or it's something that's very not a big deal in the grand scheme of things of senior softball, I tend to maybe get a little sarcastic or call it out. That rubs people the wrong way. I got bad news. That's probably not going to stop.
Deal with it.
It's kind of how I deal with the constant messages and calls and why is this guy playing AAA when he just blah 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 on that White Castle team last week and that federal sanction nobody's heard of and blah. No, guys. Here's what I'm going to put a stop to right now. Hopefully you'll pass this along to your friends who need to hear it. All right. Consider this a social media intervention for questioning me and decisions I make, please. Intervention. We know what you're doing. You're lying to yourself. Okay. The first step is admitting you have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And that problem is why I should be concerned with sanctions that do not have the letters USA GSL in it. All right? I don't care. Good luck. I like competition. I really do. It doesn't bother me. Let's go. Your best against my best. Let's go. But understand something, gentlemen. I'm the only one trying to hear you guys with the show every week where I come on a camera with a live chat and let me have it. I'm here every Wednesday night at 6:30 to take whatever you guys want to do. We don't restrict chat. Nobody's been banned from the chat.
Nope,
never will. Plenty.
Hey,
got him.
Yep.
Got
Perfect.
him. That's a great
Perfect.
one.
Perfect.
That is absolutely true. This award stands for more than just Director of the Year. It's my general way of doing things. Moving on. No, guys, I care about U-Trip. That's what I care about. That's what I'm working on. I'll take any input that you have. But please do not act like everything you tell me should be the number one priority either. All right? We opened up a new chat group on Facebook for senior softball advisory, for ideas, for the whole nation. I wasn't aware we were doing that yesterday, but Vic let us know in the morning. Myself and Kimbo out in Nevada are the moderators of this group, and we're kind of spearheading the National Advisory Commission to bring stuff on to national and recommend changes and rules and different ways to do it. So I'm really excited about that. But obviously, I think we added like 500 people in 2 days. So the comments, and I'm like an idiot, like, oh, I have to respond. I have to tell everybody I'm here, I'm available. So 4 hours later of my own doing, it finally calmed down. But if you go and look at that thing, I'm on there trying to answer the good questions. Now, look, the other side of this coin, I'm not going to call them out. That's going one step further than I want to go right now. I will if I have to.
Unnecessary.
I will if I have to, but not right now. If you're mad about something that I did as a director, then say it. Don't passive aggressive me on a message board because that's when I get very un-PC. Come on, man. We're all adults here. So that's the main thing. Be legitimate. Don't try to troll unless you're McGrew. He's got I don't know where he got it, but he's got a lifetime license to troll on Facebook.
He's got the troll PhD, bro. Dead ass.
I wonder where he got that.
Yeah, man. Dead ass.
He's a fucking professor, tenured and everything, man.
I love it.
Damn. So anyway, everybody but McGrew better step up and reread your stuff before you post it and know what's coming. I'm here for everybody. I'm available. I'm accessible. A lot of you guys text and call me, message me, watch the show. I appreciate every single one of you. Everyone. Because that's the only way we're going to make this better. That's why I'm here. I care about the game. I'm not making a ton of money. I'm not. I'll show you what I make. I don't care. Show me another director that's going to do that. Yeah, that conversation is going to end real quick. I'm trying to help, and I'm accessible. Maybe it'll cost me in the end. I don't know. I don't care. I'm going forward 110 miles per hour.
I don't think so.
I'm going to make this thing the place to be to play softball for the seniors. Bob's already doing his part with the kids. My turn to step up and match that with the seniors. That's my goal. Look at the posts. Come join up. It's over there. I'll approve you. Trust me. Unless you're selling jerseys, don't even try it. I check what groups are in common. I check friends in common. If you got your program, is your business overseas, I'm not approving.
Oh man,
nice try. I check that crap.
Oh man, that's all I got.
I'm here to help, but I'm not changing either, folks. I'm not. I'm going to call you on BS. If you're trying to troll somebody, well, player A and player B, no, I know who you're talking about. So I hear all the little things, and this leads back into why we're picking the pool games. I hear the whispers. Oh, these guys did this to us. That guy complained about that to us. You know what? Done talking. Go out on the field and get them. We're going to give you the games you want. We're going to give you the opportunity. Enough running your mouths. Go out on the field and do it. Go beat it.
But unlike you though, bro, I need that same motherfucking energy on the field. I'm not. I'm not taking a high road. I'm not taking the high road at all, bro. The motherfuckers you talking about, the folks you talking about that do that
I have
shit.
that energy.
No, I know you.
Talking about me.
You. No, not you. I'm saying them same dudes that be doing all that chat in the background, complaining and whining and shit. Talking about, oh, this team ain't that good. Blah, 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 blah. I need that energy on the field. I need you talking that same shit on the field. I don't want to hear all this. Well, we're just being competitive. No. I need that same energy on the field. I'm not saying fight nobody, but I mean, if you fight, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not breaking it up. I do have a quick camera draw. I will have your ass on YouTube like nothing. Don't fuck around.
TikTok.
So if you feeling that way, you do what you're doing. But what I am saying is, again, a lot of the conversation you hear about people talking about rankings and talking about this team should be here and this player and this player. I need you to have that same energy on the field. If you're playing against that team, beat their ass. Problem solved. You know what I'm saying? Or if you're that team that's getting all the grief about you need to be playing up or some shit like that, beat their asses. I'm going to take one thing real quick. I'm going to jump back kind of to that point. I've seen a lot of people, a lot of players whining, bitching, and low-key throwing shots at BTL. Now, I'm going to say what I say because that's how I do it. That's a great fucking team. And anybody popping nonsense that they're not where they should be or they're not that good or any of that, you're an asshole. Shut the fuck up. That's a great fucking team, top to fucking bottom. They do what they're supposed to do.
What he really meant was...
What I really meant was shut the fuck up. Because they're a great team, and we should be celebrating great teams. We should be celebrating great players. We should be helping those teams to move as they see fit. When they start winning and they feel confident enough to do the things that they need to do, or they continue to demonstrate themselves that way, they're going to move up. That's a competitive team. That team exemplifies what we all keep saying teams should be doing. You put together a team, you build that team, you work your way up, you keep improving, you keep looking at ways to improve your roster, improve your players themselves, improve your performance, your strategy and whatnot, and then you make that move, and then you continue to do so. I can't respect anybody who doesn't see it that way. I can't respect the opinion of anyone who can't see it that way.
Let me ask you your opinion. Let me ask your opinion on that exact team. And this is how I feel. I want to see what you think.
Yes, sir.
I really feel like, and sometimes it's murky. I don't think this one is murky. Mm-hmm. I think all the chatter and all the whining about, them getting moved up or this or that, I watch them play, and I really, really feel like this is a dictionary picture in the dictionary next to this definition of jealousy. I think these guys say, I want to be on that team, or I'm going to play. I think this is the clearest example of that, because they don't talk a bunch of shit. They will respond.
Oh, they'll give it to you. They'll give it to you. Act the fool, they'll give it to you, which I love.
For the most part, the games I've seen, so don't come count. I don't care. It's not important that I didn't see a certain game and this guy said this. No. What I see is guys playing hard 7 innings regardless of the score. All right. And I know all of you other 40 AAA teams ain't doing that.
Yeah.
So let's take a look in the mirror. All right. Before we start worrying about, like I said, just with the rankings. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
They're a great team. And I got to say, it was the easiest process talking to a coach about moving up the reasons for it, because technically, if we're going total technical rules,
technically
they don't have to.
Right.
They're ready. They're going up in April for me, at least. The other whatevers, that's their problem. For us, they're willingly moving up in April. Okay.
But I guess that's exactly
they're already,
where I'm coming from.
I got no pushback. I got no argument. And I got to give Sobel credit because he's dealing with something that a lot of you guys are afraid to deal with. And that is the move to majors and taking an objective look at your roster and making some really hard fucking calls.
But again,
all right?
I mean, to echo what you said, number one, I absolutely 1000%, as many percentages as I possibly could make in whatever exponential fractional amount of mathematics that I could use here. I absolutely believe 99 point bajillion of that is just jealousy. It's teams that wish they could go in and do the things that they're doing. This was one of my first times playing against them on the field myself. I think I played. No, I lie. This is my second time. First time I played against them, I felt the exact same way. It's not like it's a team that's using weirdo shit or roster checks and bullshit, and they're not doing that. They're the same set of dudes. I don't know the guy's name, but I'm going to say this way: the guy that wears the shortstop, he has kind of long hair and he has a dog. Okay, so my point in bringing him up is each time I've seen this team, that dude's there, and the dog is there, the reason I say that is they are a team that almost every time I've seen them have the same roster, or damn near close. They've made adjustments, obviously. So obviously they've made some changes, added a player, lose a player, whatever it happens. Right? They continue to make those changes. Those players continue to make changes themselves to improve and to get better and better and better. I will say that as much as I bitch about the Matt, one of their pitchers is
John Binder,
probably okay. He is easily the best fucking Matt pitcher I've ever seen in my whole fucking life. I know I'm self-deprecating a lot on this show. I'm a pretty fucking good hitter. He is easily the one dude in senior ball that as soon as I see him on the mound, I'm like, fucking fuck, bro, because he pitches a way that I hate.
Right.
But my point is really that he's really good at what he does. And I've seen him in the year since I played them before. The dude just got that much better. You know what I mean? And again, that's what it should be. They are going out there every time they play and they're trying to win. And I can't understand why so many teams spend so much time, or so many players spend so much time worrying about rankings rather than worrying about get better. I struggled against dude, and immediately came back and started doing things to improve against that type of pitch. Because if that's the team that's beating everybody's asses, I want to be good enough to compete with them. Period. I don't give a shit what ranking they are. I don't care about any of that other shit. That, I believe, is how things should be. So again, kind of like you said, the fact that they're willing to go up without having to is again a testament to what we're supposed to all be here for, and that's competition. You want to get better.
Well, I know who that last comment is.
Look, I'm gonna say this because I love Dave. Dave is my guy, right? But I'm not gonna lie to you. The moment I saw Dave get on the mound, I was like, oh yeah, I'm getting a hit today. Because Dave pitches the way I like, bro. He said it. He's like, oh,
lefty delivery.
Like, I know you like that. He's like, I know you like that U-Trip shit. I'm like, you goddamn right, bro. Because that other shit, I was like, yo, I'm ready to quit. I'm totally kidding. But nah, in all seriousness, even Dave, I don't want to make it seem like Dave's no good or no shit like that. It just, for me as a hitter, I prefer his style of pitching versus the Matt type of pitching. Okay,
my info's off, but it's still funny.
Right, it's all good.
So I'm not taking it back.
It's all good. No, I'm not taking it back because, like I said, I meant what I said. I mean, no bullshit. Dave's a fucking great pitcher. I've hit against him in regular U-Trip too. Dude is no slouch. Don't get me wrong. I just wanted to point out, again, how it affected me directly, because that to me was a good example of why I believe it's important for us to continue to try to get better, and our focus should be on our competition. Because I mean, in that statement by itself, you got one pitcher that I'm literally saying is ridiculous, and you got another pitcher that I'm saying is really fucking good. They deserve everything they're getting, and they've worked to get there. So anybody talking outside of that is ridiculous. Better yet, get better, beat them.
Yeah, John Binder's been ridiculous. For them,
man.
I just and the other thing we're not even talking about.
I don't like that shit, but
he fields. He's probably top 3 fielding pitchers I've seen at seniors, and that's including majors and 50s. He's that
Yeah,
good.
yeah. No, he's
And you know, you
he's
can disagree
amazing.
with me. I don't really care because they're going to do well when they go up to majors. I think they're going to take.
I think they're gonna.
Somebody's
they're
going
gonna
to
take a
take
few
them
lumps.
lightly. They're
Yeah.
they're going to lose some games. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong,
they're
but
gonna take
somebody's
some
going to
lumps, yeah.
underestimate them early. They're going to whoop
And get
somebody
smacked
because
up,
they didn't take
and
them
get
seriously.
smacked up.
Yep,
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
and that's all
totally.
that team needs right
Totally.
now. They don't need a
Mhm.
lot of. How do I say? They don't need a lot of milestones early when they go up to majors. Just the little things to see the progress, and then boom, before you know it, maybe by the end of the year, look, we're going to be talking about BTL winning major tournaments. They just need a couple months to adjust. That's really all they need. They have all the formula.
Another thing that caught my attention because I was playing third base and they were on the third base side in the dugout. The energy in their dugout was just exactly what it's supposed to be. It is what you look for when you're trying to find a team or when you're playing and you want to be around a bunch of guys who seem like they're looking to win. That's what you want to see. There were a couple of, obviously there's other teams that are very similar to that, but I brought them up because I know that there have been a lot of conversations and chatter and complaining and whining, about them directly, whether the people have the nuts to say their names or not. So that's why
Usually
I brought
not.
them up. Yeah, usually not. Right. That's why I brought them up. But yeah, again, let's get out there and whoop asses, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's all I come for when I come to play softball. I want to.
I don't. That's why I keep going back to it. It's one of the things I think like it shouldn't need to be said, and yet it does almost often,
all the time.
And that's okay because I got no problem. I'm gonna keep repeating it. I'm here every Wednesday at 6:30 to remind you
all the time.
I'll put it in the show open if I have to. Like
Real talk.
Be better. Win the game. Hit the ball. Field the ball. Throw the ball.
Not for nothing. We push the show back to 6:30 primarily because I usually go hit on Wednesdays.
That's a priority, folks.
I want to get better. I want to get better, and I would hope other players are very similar to me. Man. So hey, dude, you know what? We've hit the point to wrap this up here. I just noticed that.
Jeez, man.
I know
when we get on a tangent,
we've been trying and keep it around an hour. We don't want to bore people. We don't want to get them too riled up or whatnot. But I'm looking forward to the Glue Guys Invitational. We will have stickers, for the Glue Guys Invitational. You better make sure that you try to get you one.
They are limited edition because once they're gone, they're gone. I'm not getting more made.
Man, I'm telling you. I might throw something together for another thing that we won't quite announce there today.
No, don't save the good stuff.
That's what I'm saying. I might throw a couple of little different style and whatnot.
Almost forgot.
Yeah.
Somebody asked earlier about the bats we're giving away. What I can tell you is that they were an A3 exclusive that was not released, and we got a bunch of them. So that's what I'll tell you right now. New and wrapper, obviously, and special edition. So you guys, you win. You should be able to get a couple bucks for them. So I know somebody asked earlier. So I just wanted to answer that. I'm not trying to avoid it because I know some people accuse me of avoiding the question. No, you don't just make a request in chat to get some stickers. You got to come down to the damn tournament and I'll hand you some.
Be at the spot.
I'm not mailing them out. Don't send me a self-addressed stamped envelope like it's 1986. No, we're not sending them back, man. You got to come get them. You got to come get them. That's the whole point of why I only got a certain amount made. I got to talk to Johnny John over at Marty, see what's going on with the hats. If they came in, I'm curious to see where we're at. Where and when? I've only been talking about it for 3 months now. The
March
Glue Guys
19th.
Invitational is March 19th and 20th. Guys, if you played in the Southwest Invite, I'm giving you $100 off, covers your deposit. If you didn't, come play anyway. I'm giving away 12 bats to each division winner. Send to my P.O. box.
I love it.
That's got to be Vince.
That's exactly what I started laughing
That's got to be Vince. He ain't even going to be in the country, but I got to mail you stick. You don't even live there anymore. Man, you got a mop bucket out front. What do you? Get this son of a gun.
Man.
Anyway, the tournament, in case you didn't know, which is possible, March 19th and 20th, we're out at Papago, the nice halfway point between the East and West Valley, although it's still past 17, so Marlo's going to knock it, and that's fine.
You already know.
We got Glue Guys stickers. We're giving away 12 bats per division, no matter how many teams sign up. So if you only get 5 or 6 50s teams, you guys are getting 12 bats too. We got Glue Guy limited edition hats are going to be on sale there. Hopefully I have them soon to show off on the air. We got stickers for your bats. That sticker, Serrano specials. Whoever can get that reference. Joe Boo. I hope Marlos makes a drive past 7. He can drive past the 17. He chooses not to, and it's not of utmost importance.
Yeah, man. I usually have that. Look, here, I'm going to tell people real quick
before we wrap it up. Barrier on the 17 here. He can drive through.
Before we close up the show, I'm going to say, yes, I hate anything past 17. I mean it, right? But what I am going to say is one of my favorite collectible locations, Collectors Marketplace, is actually on the 51 in Indian School. So I do have to pass the 17 to go there. So what I'm going to also tell you is what I do whenever I have to pass the 17, I always make sure I compile some things to do in the general vicinity. So my anger goes away pretty quickly. Not to mention, Papago's not too far from a couple places that I like to eat, such as Mr. Fry's Man, as well as ATO Wings. There's also a Monroe's Hot Chicken right there. Look, man, I'm being heaven. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've lost like 5 pounds in the last 2 weeks.
Coming back with a vengeance.
You know what I'm saying? Look, man, I still go and find the places to eat chicken. I'm talking about. So yeah,
I can't. Guys, depends on how big the crack is. Are we talking a paint chip, or are we talking like you got to turn the bat around to hit? It'll cover a couple.
That's tough.
But my God, if I see one of those goddamn ads with the crack and the glue, I'm coming for you. I will find you. Like what was that one? What was that guy that was a Twitter or DMs or something where he drove out to somewhere in California? It was like, I'm here. You said, come meet you. I'm here. That was a couple years ago. That was the one where he filmed himself driving there because he thought he was going to throw hands, and the troll just kept leading him to different.
Yeah, it's classic miss.
So I'm gonna come find you. Don't be using our name in vain. We already had our sermon for the evening. I don't need to be getting into this the punishment side. The Old Testament. We don't need to be doing that. Anyway, look, let's go Sixers. We got Harden, Ship. Just give us the damn Larry O'Brien trophy. Let's just save you guys the agony of the rest of the regular season. How about a Glue Guy's bat? Well, who do you know? We're down. How about that nice orange and black color scheme with some silver in there?
That would be my only request or demand is that it be the official Glue Guys color scheme. You know what I mean? Make that happen.
You got some connects? You got a guy? You got a guy? Let me know. Give me the guy.
I mean, come on. You got a guy. I got a guy.
I know everybody's got a guy.
Come on, everybody's got a guy. I got a guy. You got.
Look,
we all got guys. Come on.
Me and Los put together aren't Salcido, Nino, Bourgeois, like the guys who have their name on bats.
Man, I'm just saying.
If we combine our average, we might be like 720, and I'm the 20. Man. So I don't know if that's going to get us a bat. Got him.
Hey, that's the key. That's the key to.
By the way, we have, we got like 37 career home runs. Yeah. Marlos has all 37 of those home runs. I have 2 fouls. Wow. We're still fighting to get them counted. I'm a director. I could change the rules. So now foul home runs will count for any pitcher.
Jesus. All right. On that note, it's been fun. We love y'all. Thank you for tuning into the Glue Guys on Wednesday. We'll be back again next week, obviously, for episode 15, 6:30 p.m. MST. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We are out.
All right, so this is the after credit scene. If you hung around and it kept recording.
It never does.
I actually got to no.